Basically, we're a group of fathers that has decided that if we're going to help with the violence and make public safety better, we got to band together. We've looked at all the data that says when fathers are not there, it's typically bad for our sons especially and our daughters. So we made an effort based on things that have been happening in Dallas as far as young people dying and being involved in the killing, that we need to publicly come out and do a call out for dads. So if you're a dad, you're a father, man, we're saying come join us. I don't care if you haven't been there. Your kids sometimes just be better because you come back. And these are active fathers. And so that's what makes it good. You know, Smash, you a father, I'm a father, he a father. So we probably looking at 20 kids that we impact between us 4 men. And so we just want to put it in the street and saying, you can get at us, we can do this together, because as fathers, we can hold different people accountable also. There, in the Dallas County area, there should be more investment into our youth, whether it is making sure that these recreation centers have programs. It's one thing to have a building, but ain't no programming coming.
Right.
You got little league organizations who are willing to be with the kids, but you know, these are working people who don't have funds. And we need to be investing in these kids and the people who are trying to help the kids.
Okay.
So that's what my biggest thing is, and because I do it nationally and I'm from Dallas, I know we need to do better than what we're doing. And so I'm trying to get with Bishop, and I've worked with this gentleman for a long time, and you can send a message, and I think we're going to get something done.
Amen. And I want to say this to those that are fathers, and if you're not a father, one of the things that I feel as a victim, as a child coming up in South Dallas, I didn't have a father there. And so it caused me to make a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of things that a woman can't do or give a son, that because you need that tough love. But I want to say this to those that are out here listening. In Dallas, we see violence, not just in Dallas, everywhere. And our kids don't value their life anymore. They think it is something glorified in being a gangster, glorifying being misled by somebody else or impress your friends. But we hear, because many people said, our youth, there's no hope for them. Well, I come to change that. That's not true, because I realize that everybody has some good in them. I don't care how much bad they done. But we got to be willing to sacrifice to get out in the streets, get out and hear their voice, hear their hurt, and find out what's going on. Because the reason why I'm here is because somebody pulled me over and told me, hey man, you're going down the wrong street. Let me show you the other side of the life that you live in, that what could it cost. And so a lot of youth that's out there, we know that we say it all the time. What's going on? What's the solution? Everybody got a question, but who's willing to take a risk to try to make a difference in one person's life? Everybody say, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to lock them up, we need to do this. But I want to deal with the problem before it become a problem. I want to deal with the situation before we catch another, hear another brother ready to hurt somebody. Or how do we deal with social media when something going on, everybody got their cameras out like it's a game, it's a joke, and you seeing somebody getting kicked, you getting somebody getting shot, and nobody try to do anything to save a life. I have a problem with that. And so the mindset got to be reset, and this is where we at. And we got to be real with the people. We cannot, these kids, they know, they hear a sermon, but they need to see a sermon. A lot of people talk about they care, but young folks ain't gonna believe that till they see you out there with them. And so this is where we at, and the program that we're bringing to Dallas, giving our kids not just a second chance, another chance to save their life. I'm willing to suffer just to save one life. I'm willing to lay down my life just to help our youth, because right now we're in a place we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. And so today we call now not just father. You might not even have kids, but you have a father mindset. You know, some of us say our dad is locked up or dead. This is why we're here, to give the father opportunity. Let's reach our kids, man.
So what we're going to do to get this point across, tonight we have invited all elected officials, Dallas County, the mayor, the city manager, even those running for office, to be present in a meeting to look at solutions from school teachers, people who've been in the field, and make sure that we can properly fund it. And more importantly, if you're a parent, I want you to really look at what's happening. Our kids, if we're not careful, we could be raising our own murderers, because that's what's happening right now. It just happened in the Metroplex to some grandparents. but it's been happening more and more, specifically in black culture, and that's something that's new. So we need to be very careful when we engage with our kids. We need to be responsible for how we function on social media, because our kids are like sponges. It's cute, it's fun, until it's inside of them, and they don't have the minds to shift back. You might just be making a joke of it, but now it's real to them. So it's important, once again, if you're a father, man, let's band together, and I'm talking about nationally, but specifically if you're in the Dallas area, let's get at it and let's start having impact. And then as parents, you have to make sure that the entities that are responsible for making sure your children are safe, that they're doing their jobs. So that means you can't be idle from school participation, because you got to know what's going on. And in the city, if there are dollars that should be diverted to your kids, make sure they're getting there. And same thing in the county.
And let me say this: what do we do when these kids got the mindset that we're not going to snitch? That's the thing. And we can know some things. Kids can know some things, but they won't tell nobody. They won't share it with nobody before it become ugly. And so I'm asking those that understand that these kids in a different mindset than we in. And so how do we reach these kids that want to take a gun and put it on Facebook and thinking it glorified because they got a gun? And where our mindset at? Where do that lead you? If you continue to think a certain way, you're going to act a certain way. And if your belief system doesn't change, then therefore you're going to glorify in things that you think that make a name for you or make you feel important. But a lot of you kids, I'm telling you, I've been there. And if you got a son or a daughter that need this type of support, we need y'all guys to come out. And because we're tired of just talking about it, we're coming out into the streets, we're going where they at, we're going into the school, and we're trying to fix the problem before it become a problem. How can we save one of our babies that made a mistake or could have made a mistake or could got caught up into something that they feel they can only do it on their own? They feel like they had no support, no help. And that's why a lot of kids making a decision, because our parents talking about do this and do that. But where's the parent that's gonna go and say, hey man, I got a door open that you can come in, you can talk to me? Where's the people? Where's the system that reach these kids that feel like I can't snitch or somebody gonna think that I'm weak? Where's the system that say,
I'll
hey,
say
man,
this. I'd rather you be considered weak and alive than dead and bad.
or locked up.
Or locked up. So as a parent, if you're a father, you know a father who cares, or a man who's willing to be a part of something that's gonna go put boots on the ground and fight, man, get at us. You know, get in the feed and say, here we are, whatever it is, and we'll get back with you. But at the end of the day, what do we do to stop somebody else's mother from going through perils, or somebody's family, because it's real? And whoever's on this feed, you know at least one young person that's been killed that didn't have to die. And that's the key. So it's about life.
And you know, bullying is real. I don't care what nobody say, it's real. I've been bullied. I've been there. I know what it's like to be bullied. I know what it's like for kids to mess with us because we don't look like them and have the same
Well,
clothes.
I guess I was big. They didn't bully me.
Well, they bullied me, and it caused me to go to prison. So you looking at somebody who been there. It caused me to act out in a certain way, trying to impress people or try to show people that I'm not scared. Caused me 40 years in prison. So I ended up doing 15 years because I made a bad decision trying to impress somebody that was oppressing me or bullying me. And y'all can say this however you want to say it. You never know what goes in a person's mind that been messed with every day. You don't know what it stop you from coming. It don't make you don't want to go to school. It affect you in your house. It affect you in your homework. It affect you in different ways. So please, if you've been bullied, you've been messed with, call somebody. Please don't take crime in your own hand, please.
Information.
So here's what we're gonna do. I got blasted for not having social media because I'm old school, boots on the ground. So yesterday we put something together. It's called Carter's Empowers, CARTEREMPOWERS. Or if you're a mother and you got a child that's between the ages of 12 and 26, go to teambmw.org. We have something built for them, and it focuses on building the whole child. But this is what I do. This is my life. I do it nationally, and we get results. It doesn't matter where your child is today. We can get them to that next level, and they will be great, productive citizens.
And you can call me at 214-434-0245. inspired to. And I want to let you know, I almost forgot my own number, but I want to let you know, I gave y'all my personal number because I love you. And I've been in your shoes. Stop thinking that nobody been through what you've been through or what you're going through. But please, do not take things in your own hand, please.
Yeah, if you being bullied or somebody's taking, are you afraid? Maybe they ain't even bullying, but in your mind it is, reach out.
Yeah.
I would show up at your school, I would show up at your job, and I would bring an army of fathers with me, and we'll get some things situated. Now that's a promise. So you don't have to, you're not out here by yourself, and you don't got to take no action by yourself.
Can I give a quick testimonial? Fathers, I'm speaking to you as fathers. I'm cognitively disabled, had a traumatic brain injury. There is no reason that you should not be there for your children. I had to go to court and fight for 3 girls and a baby son, 5-month-old boy, 3, 6, and 10-year-old girls, and I had to take care of them by myself. So there's no reason you as fathers should not get up and be a father to your child because you don't want somebody else trying to be a father. I had a stepfather actually touching one of my daughters. I had to get up and get off of my sick bed and take care of my children, and I did that, and now they're all adults. You got to do it as a father.
And so we love you guys, and so we appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Smash.
Appreciate Smash for coming out last minute.
Appreciate
But it's important, guys. And so
This is real,
that's
y'all.
what we do.
This is real. This is not a joke. We are living in real life. Our kids, this is not over for them, and that's why we here. We here to
Let's
say.
go do it.
Thank
That
you
was
for
good.
listening.
Before I end this live, that one about the raising the murderers.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was real right there.
It's happening,
Say,
man.
like,
Like, we can't ignore it.
And we say they act like they don't see it.
It's real.
But a lot of them, they don't honor life no more, so they just lie out. You can see certain things, but because we don't value life no more, we think it's something glorified being a gangster. That's why our kids act the way they act. You know, somebody I tell you, a real gangster can say, I'm sorry. A real gangster can talk to a man and apologize. A real gangster. Anybody can pretend to be a gangster. I tried it. I act like I was a gangster because I was walking in fear. But when you don't walk in fear, you can set down your pride and tell another man, hey brother, I don't want no problem with you. You can walk away. But because you've been taught what a man is wrong, that you got to show another man that you tough, you really show the man that you weak. Because anytime somebody play you off the street or play you in the graveyard, you lost the battle, not them.
God. Woo. Well, these boys, let me get out this live. All right, y'all.
All right, thank you.